my co-host Jazz, aka DJ NBA Boy.
DJ MBA boy. I wear that with a badge of honor.
NBA Boy, just like our boy Marshall.
Yeah, oh my god, he got screwed over so bad.
Oh yeah, the NBA did not do him any good when it comes to the dating scene here.
No, not at all.
No,
Oh, that
not
was
at all.
rough.
It was rough. It was rough. But listen, we got a special guest today. I want everyone to introduce you guys to Marina Riyadh. Marina, how are you?
Hi.
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited for this. I'm
Oh,
so excited.
thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy to have you.
Especially at this
Absolutely.
hour.
I know, especially this hour. Luckily, you're in the what central time zone.
Yes, I'm in Dallas, Texas, so it's actually a little bit early for me. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
For some reason, I thought you were in LA. You seem like an LA girl to me.
You know what's so funny is when you actually see me, like when you talk to me in person,
Yeah.
easily East Coast. Easily. No one has
Really?
ever like we've met in person, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. You're one of the very few people that tell me I'm from like the West Coast. I'm usually like, oh, New York, easily.
Yeah, I think like I met you at the Moscars Film Festival in Alberta, Canada, and I don't know, you just seemed like an actress in LA to me. That's what I thought. You were wearing a cowboy hat though, so like that was like,
Stop.
oh, okay,
That should have given it away.
that should have given away. She was the only Muslim there with a cowboy hat on.
You want to know the funniest thing about that? I was there like not no shade to Texas, right? But I was there representing Texas, but also like playing on the whole cowboy thing, right?
Yeah.
Why did everyone think I was from Edmonton, Canada? Because
Man.
it's apparently the Texas of Canada.
It
I played
is.
myself.
They're
Oh, I
very big
didn't
on
know that.
oil and
Yeah.
gas, and yeah, they're truly Alberta is the Texas of
Yeah,
Canada.
it's so funny.
That's so funny. I had no idea. So, what are you doing these days? What are you up to?
So I'm a comedian as well, which would kind of help balance out the East Coast thing. I do stand-up comedy. Um, and I'm fun fact, I'm a henna artist. I do Mendy. So I just opened up my
Ooh.
own salon in Dallas, Texas. So
I have a funny story about Mindy. You want to
go
hear it?
on.
All right.
No.
So I have eaten Mindy by
Yep,
mistake.
I know. I've done it too. I knew where it was going. I was like, don't do
Oh
it, don't
man! So
do
this is
it.
what happened. This was when I was like in high school. I was in high school, and my mom. So like it was around Ramadan time. So in Ramadan, Pakistani people, we make samosas. Like we always make samosas, and you can't have samosas without chutney. So
No.
my mom left a bowl of chutney right next to the samosas, and I ate the samosas with the chutney. And I told my mom, I'm like, "Yo, the samosas were not good." And she's like, "What do you mean they're not good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had some with the chutney, and they were not good." She was like, "I didn't leave any chutney," and it turned out it
Bro.
was the mendi. So I just ate like a whole bowl of mendi with my samosa.
Uh,
Okay, for all the white people watching this, I don't know what chutney he's talking about because I mix henna for a living. I've never seen a single Pakistani, Indian, or Arabic dish that looks like henna.
No, it does.
And you were hungry.
There's an imli chutney, which is the tamarind, and it's very dark, and it kind of looks like
Yeah,
mendi when it's fresh, when it's like hard, but when it's like soft and fresh,
I'll
it
give it
does
to
look
you.
like that. It does look
I'll
that.
give it to you.
mm.
Also, you have to understand, I'm an idiot.
Well, Neebs, if it makes you feel any better, I was, I believe, 10 years old when I ate in Hindi. I thought it was melted chocolate. It was at a wedding, and I was like, "Oh, cool, a bowl of chocolate, and right by all the sweets. Makes sense. Let me have some of this chocolate." No,
But you just what you took one taste and you're like, oh, that's not chocolate, and put it away. I ate a whole damn samosa with it.
I was about to say, I was like, and you told your mom her food sucks. Like
Yeah, I
you
didn't.
just missed the plot, my guy.
I didn't even say the chutney was bad. I said the samosas were bad.
Yes.
So, like I'm over here
That's
thinking the
even
chutney's fine.
worse.
You're like, there's no way it's me. It's gotta be her. Like,
Oh man, I am an idiot. I have to admit
okay.
that. But speaking of idiots, let's talk about some of the people on the show. There's a lot of people making mistakes here.
How
Jazz, before we
appropriate.
go, I think you got to make your mic a little bit higher still.
Okay, let me fix that.
Do. All right, and we're gonna
Better,
dive in. Say that again.
better.
Yeah, much better. All right. So we're gonna go with NBA boy right now. Start it off with
NBA
him.
boy, let's go.
NBA boy, Marshall. All right, man. Marshall and Jackie come home together. And I'm like, why are they coming home together? They're not together. I thought they had a falling out. She's still wearing his jacket. They come back, and Marshall wants to have a conversation. Jackie wants to go to bed. Jackie wants to go to bed, and he's like, listen, there's some stuff going on right now. We need to discuss it. She's like, no, I just want to go to bed. What were your thoughts about that? Let's start
Marina,
with
go ahead.
you, Marina.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with science. Okay,
Science. Whoa,
Science
whoa, whoa.
is
Science.
I love
yeah,
science.
we have to, right? Because
Okay.
here's the thing. This is across the board. Most people don't know this. I mean, as a woman, I recently actually found this out, right? Women need, not want, need more sleep than men. The hormones, the testosterone, all of this involved. I'm not going to get into it right now, but they need more sleep than men. And
That
then
tracks.
when you talk about boundaries, right? You both need to come to the table when you're both ready to have a discussion. If not, it all goes down. It all just fails, right? So she
Mhm.
straight up communicated with him, like she's been doing since day one. I'm Team Jackie. That she was not ready to talk. And this guy literally said, if that's what you want, are you here or you're not? Do you want her to like you're just essentially you threw it all on her, and I'm not about that. Like, you should have respected the fact that she said, hey, I would like to sleep. We'll talk about it another day.
Or in
That's
the
it.
morning. You know, you
Yeah,
can
or the
wait till
morning.
morning, right? Like
Like,
that's
let the
not.
girl get some sleep.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Is it though? Because there is a saying, never go to bed angry. Isn't that a saying? That is a thing that you're
When you're
never.
That
married.
doesn't mean you fight right before you go to sleep.
Yeah,
though.
that's not also.
like what it means. Don't go to bed angry. It's don't be angry. Whatever happens can be resolved tomorrow. It's not
Mhm.
right now that you got to deal with it.
I don't know, and I think that works. I think that's fair for most cases, but he does say that Jackie only talks when she wants to. It's always on her terms, right? And I feel like he just put his foot down in this situation because we don't know. It could always be her deciding when they talk, and he knows that it's about to end. And he's like, Leo, just put me out of my misery. I'm not going to put this off longer and longer, especially while you're talking to Josh on the side, which she was talking to Josh at that event. He
That's not the same as she was talking to everyone else at the event.
I don't know, because what we do know is that after talking to Josh at that event, that's not
She
the only
also-
time you get to see him.
Okay.
on.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
okay. Okay.
It's not unrealistic for her to explore her options when, first of all, the reason that Jackie has to dictate when the conversations happen is because Marshall doesn't stop talking about his emotions.
That's a hot take.
Okay.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
know.
All right.
I mean, listen. They are in a situation where they don't know where they're at. I think it's fair to say, hey, let's figure this out, and not let it drag on any bit longer. I don't know. Because honestly, she seemed checked out. He seems checked out. I don't know what was the point of not just discussing it. I don't know. It was kind of weird. But
Nah,
we'll
I
see.
mean, it
Because,
could have waited till morning. I will give Jackie that. It could have
Okay.
waited till morning.
all right. But they did. They ended up not really having a full discussion. Well, they got into a little fight, but they
Yeah.
didn't have a full discussion, which is probably the worst case in both scenarios, because you actually ended up having a fight and you didn't get to discuss what you needed to discuss. So it's
Yep.
kind of sucks both ways. All right. By the way, I want to say that the music they put in every scene is so perfect. Like, it's perfect. It goes with the mood so well. Like the lyric, like the lyric that is like happening in the song while the person is hugging or fighting or whatever happens at the exact moment you need it to happen. Whoever
Yep.
does that, like, needs a raise because they're so good.
You know
They're
what's so
very good.
funny is on TikTok, everyone is like, okay, the hosts gotta go. The
Oh, God,
casting
they're-
directors gotta go. They're firing everyone, but you're out here like the guy that is in charge of the music should stay.
Yes.
Yes, the two
The
things that
one
this show I
person
think
who's
does.
doing it right.
Actually, there's two people I think that are doing it right. Number one, the cinematographer and
Mm.
the
Okay,
what
yeah.
you call it, music. Those are the two things that I think this show does so well. Like
When they
out of the park.
when they zoomed in, this I don't even know what episode this is. When they zoomed in on Kwame's plant, and then on another completely unrelated thing, they brought back the picture of the dead plant that was in his apartment. Gold. No
They're
reason.
so good. They're
We've
so
already
good.
done the tour, sir.
10 out of 10.
Oh man. All right. All right. Now Zach goes on and he introduces Bliss to his family. And Zach's sister, Alexa, is actually on TikTok. And she made a bunch of TikToks defending her brother. Not like defending her like, oh, he didn't do anything wrong. Just saying like he's such a good guy. He was so important to our family. He's just a stand-up person. He does so much for our family and other people's. And like she was just hyping him up and gassing him up. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. They showed pictures of their mom and how much their mom meant to them and how hard he took it. I thought it was really sweet. So I thought that's really good. I thought Zach's family took to Bliss really easily. They liked her
Mhm.
and they were kind of vibing and they seemed like nice people, nice little white people.
It's a good match.
It's
I,
nice.
I,
It's
I get
nice.
it. Yeah.
I like it.
approve.
So you guys are okay with how it went down? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
I mean,
I'm not.
that's
We
totally
talked about it in the last
different.
episode. We
I just
went over that in the last episode. That was a hot mess. Him proposing to her on that yacht was hella awkward. And I think they proposed way too soon. I think they definitely should have been on a few more dates. But they seem to be vibing. And I don't know if it's for the camera or it's for real, but if they are vibing, more power to them. They both seem unproblematic. I like them now. I mean, Zach made a dumb decision, but he doesn't seem like a terrible guy.
I think the concept of good guy versus bad guy and nice guy versus like a bad boy is something that's spreading through this show, right? Like being a good guy doesn't make you good enough for the girl. Being a nice guy doesn't mean that you deserve the girl. I'm talking about Zach and Bliss and Jackie and Marshall. Because here's my point of view, right? Bliss said it perfectly when she said, if you choose, what's her name? Arena?
Arena, yeah.
That tells me what kind of man you are. It shows me your character because he went through with it. So for me, even if he made a bad mistake and he came back to get the right girl, he's not the right guy because his character shows that he's willing to self-sabotage. And that will take that he's gonna do it again in a different way in the relationship, no doubt about it. Because he doesn't think, and he said it right, he doesn't think that he would be accepted by her family. So he already thinks that he's less than. That's why he's self-sabotage. He's a good guy, but that trait is not something you want in a partner. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you. I think that is something that is. I think that could be something that could be worked on, to be honest, but it is something that would be really hard to live with if this person keeps doing this over and over again unchecked. For sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. If he can get through it, they could be really, really good for each other. But like Bliss has, I think, the emotional intelligence to figure out if it's going that route, and she's smart enough to dip when it in that situation. Like she just seems very, very smart. Both intellectually and emotionally.
Do you think,
Go ahead. I was gonna say because even on the first date, she didn't give him everything. She gave him a hard time, and she's smart enough to do it. She's like, I'm gonna make him earn it, which is like very smart of her.
Okay, here's my hot take as a girl, right? The worst things happen to smart girls because their ego gets in the way, and they don't want to admit when they may have made a bad decision because this goes back to the fact that her dad's family is trash. Okay? Trash.
That's not exactly a hot take there.
But let me tell you this, right? I think that if she had a supportive father and things were not going well with Zach, she would feel comfortable enough to leave. But she outright to the entire world took this man that chose another girl and then stood in front of her dad's family and was like, hey, I'm not making a bad decision. I'm not going to get divorced. I think she would stay with him because of that.
Just despite the family?
No, because of the situation that she's in, right? because of her dad being like questioning every single thing. She's like, no, I
Yeah.
promise I'm making the right choice. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like reverse psychology. The more he's like against it, the more she's like needs to prove that he's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I see
that's what I meant by
I see
spite. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I,
That's what I think.
the thing is, I feel bad because his family is like Persian, and like I'm like, yo, we gotta get better Persian representation out here. She's Persian, Black, and Mexican, which is really cool. I didn't know that she has all of these
Mm-hmm.
ethnicities, and she made a TikTok saying like she's proud of all of them. I think her dad's name is Shah, very typical Persian name. I don't know. I think she's so sweet. I really, really liked her.
I
But
love her.
her mom, bro, her mom was so sweet. So sweet. Like, it's definitely her dad who's the problem because her mom was just adorable.
Can
Her
we
mom
talk
was so,
about her siblings too? Like
yeah, her
how
siblings
one
were-
came in with like sunglasses, like it was an interrogation. I was like, what is going on here?
man.
And the
There's like
little one didn't say anything at all. Like,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
they may have cut it out, but I didn't see any of that.
I don't know. There's like giving someone a hard time for like shits and giggles, and there's not giving someone like a hard time like her dad did, right? So it's different. Her dad's like, you like fishing? No. You like sports? No. Fuck this guy. He was over it.
He
After
was
those two
over it
questions.
so quick. Yeah, it was golf and fishing. I'm like,
Yeah.
my guy, there's more to life than golf and fishing. But okay,
Yeah.
go off.
Oh man. All right. All right. Chelsea and Kwame, they
Oh,
go out shopping, and they have the most awkward shopping encounter. I was so cringe. Like she's trying out all these cute dresses, and he's just like not about it. And then she talks about like, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Do I look okay?" I think what happened was he asked her if she was okay, and she goes, "Do I look okay?" And like he was salty about that all afternoon. Like it happened in the morning, and he's like salty about that all afternoon. And then he brings it up while they're shopping, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just direct," and she's like, "There's a difference between being direct and being confrontational." Marina, what is your thought on that? Confrontational versus direct.
you know what I think? Chelsea is the poster girl for Love is Blind because this girl is blind, okay?
Yeah.
At this point, honestly, match made in heaven. They deserve each other. That's fine.
That is my favorite take on this so far.
What? I literally was not even in the room, and the guy, I was like, I don't know, call me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. First of all, no one is holding you hostage. Okay, I don't know if I get a green card out of this. I don't know what.
Yeah.
He can't get out of his own way. It's so frustrating.
What is happening? And he literally, I'm like, he hates her so much. I can taste it in the way she had the strawberries. Poor strawberries. Why do they like?
Oh my god, the strawberries. He was like, I've been eating them the whole time I've been here. She's like, no, I
What
want
do
to
you think I've
feed
been
them to
doing?
you. He's like, no, I'm good. She's like, no, and then she made him eat it. It was just so weird.
So awkward. And you think it can't get worse, but it does.
It
Oh, it
does.
just keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse. All right. But the one couple, let's talk about a couple we do like. I don't know about you, Marina, but I love Tiffany and Brett.
Everybody loves Tiffany and Brett. Name one person
know.
that doesn't.
Literally.
I know. But like, I really like this episode where they were talking about, how they came from generational poverty and they want to create generational wealth. And like, they're just like this two Black couples who are just about like, making a good family, making good positive things. Everything about them is amazing. I love them. And last episode, I was kind of a little iffy on Brett because I'm like, yo, Brett's spending a lot of money for carry-on luggage, like $1,200. Goddamn, bro.
Okay. Let me be the first to say on that. My luggage cost me $350.
Okay.
Right? Reasonable price. It retails for $700 though.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was giving the MSRP,
Please stop.
I get it because that means he may not have spent that much.
Jazz, he said carry on. Carry on.
You
That's
know
like
how
that's like a little duffel bag, a little like Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton duffel bag.
Look, there are certain brands out there, like I know the pilots use them a lot. It's like it starts with the B. I can't remember the exact brand, but they're expensive, but they last forever. Like they will warranty their everything. And it's like, if there's a tear, right? You send it in, they'll send you a new one. If like the wheel falls off, they'll send you a new one. Like they will always take care of you. It's like Alan Edmonds.
But $1,200
for a
Uh,
lifetime, like lifetime repairs and everything.
for $1,200. By the way, I have
for
no issues with that. I don't. The guy works at Nike, or that makes complete sense to me. He's living within his means, right?
yeah, that's the thing. That's where I wanted to get to. I'm like, as long as he's living within his means, he's welcome to do that. He's welcome to
Do
buy
it.
whatever
No, I mean,
luggage he wants.
if he got the lifetime warranty, I think it's a smart decision because, like,
Please.
I've
Jazz
I've
just coming
actually
up with random excuses for it, bro. Like we
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. I stand by this. Okay, I've bought American Tourister crap from Amazon. It lasted me a year. It cost me $100 for a set of 3. Right? If I have to spend $100 a year, right, 12 years, that cost is equal to the lifetime of what he's getting.
That's
Jazz, they lose luggage all the time. All right, just I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you can track it though. Like, it's not difficult.
I don't
Can
know.
I
I don't know.
can I say one thing that
Sure.
was pleasantly like is it pleasant surprise? I don't know what the word is. Okay, that's not the
Yeah.
point. Brett's father.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, amazing.
Gem.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. His
Gem.
brother too.
brother too, man. They were awesome. Just great.
What a vibe.
Mhm.
What a vibe. What hair? Amazing
First
hair.
of all,
Mashallah.
yeah, mashallah, honestly.
Oh, love them, love them. All right, now let's move on to another couple, Micah and
help.
Paul.
Oh god.
Yeah, they're another couple who I think I don't even know. They're weird because sometimes I feel like they can't stand each other. Sometimes I'm like, oh, are they really vibing? Do they really like each other? It is very strange, and it seems pretty obvious that Paul doesn't want to move. He's giving her hope that he'll think about it, but he's like, no. Also, I want to complain about Kwame and Micah. Why are you going on a show in Seattle and not wanting to live in Seattle? Like, that's the whole point of the show. The whole point of the show is to get people who live in the same area so the chances of them working out is higher. What's the point if you're not going to move to Seattle? I think that's stupid.
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
That's
Well,
yet
Micah can
another-
sit her ass back
another
to
match.
Arizona.
I'm like, yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, Micah's from Arizona. I'm like, that is so far. Portland, I can kind of even make an excuse for. Like, it's like Houston,
Right.
Dallas, right? It's not that
Yeah.
far. You can kind of make it work. But like, Arizona,
Yeah.
bruh.
Like if someone made a reality show in New York and I'm in Jersey, okay, I can do that. I can make it work.
Yeah, that's
Right?
about the same amount of time it'll take me to drive to Dallas.
Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, fine, that works. But yeah, Arizona, no. No, and he can't even work remotely for his job. So I don't know. It's weird.
They're
But
so
she can
weird.
work remotely and she's not, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to feel about that.
Bro, you know how I stand on this, right? Like,
Mhm.
Do you think
Some
that they're
people-
going to go through with it? I'm sorry to interrupt.
oh no, it's okay. I do think they will.
Really? All
Yeah.
right.
You're
I
like,
think here's why. All right. Kwame is dumb. Like really, really dumb. All right. And Chelsea knows what she's got. She knows how to handle her man. She's gonna get everything she wants. Kwame is gonna go along with it.
No, I don't.
I'm
think so.
calling
But
it.
we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
That's
'Cause,
true. We have to get to yeah.
we have
Okay.
to get through a lot of stuff, and I want to talk about the Kwame and Chelsea thing at the very end because that's the big cliffhanger. So
That is a big
we'll definitely
cliffhanger,
get to
yeah.
that.
Okay.
But one thing I didn't mention, I know we really loved Bliss's mom, but when Bliss's mom says like, you know, she was talking about his mom passed away, she was like, if you get married, I'll be your mom too. Yo,
That was so sweet.
that melted my heart, bro. Like
Yeah.
that melted the coldest heart that I have. The
It was so
coldest part
sweet.
of my heart. It was super sweet. God bless that woman. Love her. All right, this part messed up. Everyone is getting their suits and their dresses, and our boy Marshall is
Oh,
over
no.
there getting dapped up and getting a tie and getting a shirt. And this is how I know Brett and Tiffany are going to work, because the second Tiffany finds out that Jackie's not here, she goes, boop, 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 text. She texts.
Yeah.
She pops out her phone, and the first thing she does, she texts Brett, and she's like, she's not here. She's not here. Oh my God. And then Brett goes up to Marshall, and he's like, bro, I don't know how to tell you this, but Jackie didn't show up at the dressing. And bro, Marshall, I felt so bad for in that moment. Like, yes,
He
they're
got
not working out.
ghosted.
Yes, he's being like super nice and he says some like stupid things and he's a little too emotional. I don't think he deserved that. That was rough, man. I don't think he deserved that. That was, come on. I know you're Team Jackie, but I don't think he
I have
deserved
my
it.
own opinion on this. I have my own opinion on this. If you want to hear, you can ask.
Let's do it. I want to hear it.
Okay. Just play this out in the real world, right? Not as someone
Okay.
that's watching from another universe, okay, or from the television.
Okay.
You're in a relationship with someone, right?
Okay.
And it's rocky. You guys are just not vibing, okay? And this person loves to talk, very emotional, right? And you are going through the experience. I think Jackie honestly has been straight up since day one. She may not have experienced it as cleanly as people would like to think that, like, this is how you should experience the show. This is what you should do. But you guys are speaking as if because you're not going through it, right? She has been communicating with him how she felt towards him with every single little thing, especially even like with the whole boss up or man up or whatever the heck happened, right? So when
That
it
is
comes to
clear
the day
communication.
up, huh?
That is very clear communication.
Thank
I don't
you.
think so. I disagree. I don't think that's clear because saying you have to be more aggressive, he's always like, well, what do you want me to do? He keeps saying that.
Because he doesn't know how to do it. And it's like teaching someone how to do something that doesn't come naturally to them. Like you can say it and either they get it or they don't. Certain things, it's like they get it or they don't, right? But that's not the
Yeah.
point.
But then
Let's
she
talk
also hugs him after she says that and says, you just love me. All you have to do is love me. That's all you have to do. Just love me. That's not clear, in my opinion.
okay, as a Latina woman, trust me, we all know what kind of like not stereotypical thing, but like he's literally not man enough for her. Not a bad thing. Doesn't mean he's not man enough, just not enough for her, right? But I'm gonna just finish the one point about the dress thing, right? She literally she was waiting to talk to him about it at the house.
At what house?
At whatever they were staying at, right?
Yeah, she was there.
He was there to talk to him in person. Now, Tiffany told Brett, and that's between them, right? But Brett telling him took away the opportunity and it made it seem like she did something against him when in reality, she actually is the most mature person on the show because she literally realized, hey, I don't want to go through with this. I'm not going to go to the rehearsal and just try to get more fame out of it, right? She was like, I'm going to talk to him in person and then let him know how I feel about it. And instead, he found out before, and it blew up to this and be this entire thing, right?
No, I
That's
don't
how
know if I go back because like, okay, from what the show lets us believe. Now we don't know how it's edited. What the show lets us believe is that he wanted to have a conversation. She said, no, I'm going to bed. She goes to bed. The next day they go to the dressing. They go to the dressing and she doesn't show up. She's on a date with Josh. That's the timeline the show is trying to present to us. I don't think that's right. And
I don't think that timeline is accurate. I
I
100%
don't-
believe that was edited.
I'm pretty sure it was edited, but that's what the
right.
show leads us to
But
believe.
then why would Marshall go for a tux fitting if he's fighting with his girl? Like, why would you do that if you don't even know if this is gonna go like you're gonna move forward here?
Well, the thing is, like, everyone's working things out, and like it happened with what's his name? God, I forgot the guy with the big eyes. Shane and Natalie, they were fighting right before their wedding. They went through with it.
Okay, but that's not the example we should be setting for ourselves here.
No, but the thing is, like, people are arguing up until the wedding. That happens almost every couple, right? And a lot of the time, it's like, okay, we'll show up. They both show up at the wedding, and they either say, "Hey, we're not going through with it," or "Hey, we're going to try to make it work, but we're not going to get engaged," or "We're going to get engaged." Those are the three options that people have. She just didn't show up, didn't bother to tell him. I don't know. That's
He
kind
did
of
tell him in person.
What do you
Look,
mean? When?
Is he the kind of person that you would want to text to and be like, hey, this isn't working out? No. She had the decency to tell him in person.
But she told him in person after he already went to the fitting.
It doesn't matter. She could have decided, like, that's a real thing. She could have decided that she just didn't want to go through with it. Because it's a thing. It can happen.
I mean, it's plausible, but the fact that she already had plans to meet Josh, I don't know. Because
We
the thing
don't
is,
know the
That happened
timeline.
way after, man. Like her
It-
hair was different, her clothes were different.
sure,
That
sure, that
didn't
happened.
happen same day.
That happened. I'm not saying that happened the same day, but I am saying she had in her mind that she was going to talk to Josh. Like the minute she met him at that party, she had to have decided whether
I mean,
she
I
was
think she
either
decided
going to
way
give him the chance.
sooner, actually. I think
I
she said it
don't
way
thi-
earlier. But
I don't think it's so black and white. And I think she made it very clear, right? That it literally has nothing to do with Josh. It is as clear as the fact that it is not working with Marshall. And Marshall, what kind of guy are you that when the girl's talking to you, you're going to sit here and bring up another guy?
What do you mean another guy? The guy literally told him he was going to steal his girl. I think that's fair. I think
It's
that's
not.
fair to
They've
bring
known
up.
each other for
but
like
that's
not even
not
20
Jackie's
days.
problem. If
Yeah.
like Neves, like if you're in a relationship, right? Some random dude
Yeah.
says, "I'm gonna steal your girl," right?
Yeah,
That doesn't change your relationship with the girl, right?
right. I'm not saying that it should. I'm saying what I'm saying is I don't think Jackie did the right thing by not telling him that she's not going to the dressing. I think she should have given him a heads up. Actually, I think they should have a conversation beforehand. I don't buy the fact that
Did he freeze? God damn it, Neebs.
The devil works hard, but
This is divine intervention. I swear to God.
they're like, please, man, you need to just stay
This
alive.
is God saying, Neebs, you need to stop right now before you get canceled. Let me text him.
Astaghfirullah, my God. This
I'm right
is
here. You guys can't hear me? I can hear
No,
you
we
guys.
could not hear you for like a minute there.
Oh, really? I was hearing you guys the whole time.
You may have to shut off your camera, my guy.
I put it on low resolution. Let's try it again. Let
Okay.
me know if it has any issues. But
Dude, I keep hearing rubbing sounds. Like I don't know what it is.
I don't know. What's the rubbing sound? You still hear
I
it?
feel like no, it's only when you're like moving or like doing the thing
could-
with your leg.
It could be my chair.
It could be.
All right. All right. Let's move on. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna agree on the whole Chelsea brand situation.
No, no.
I do
The
agree.
Jackie.
Oh, sorry. The Jackie and Marshall situation.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think when she does talk to him and she's really mean to him, in my opinion. And he was like, hey, I don't think you should keep the ring. I would like it back. She goes, no, I'm going to keep the ring. I don't think that's accurate either.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think that's fair.
That's fair in any other situation.
Except-
but Love is Blind paid for it, not him. So
And you know what?
Hold on. That's not necessarily true. So I talked to Juhi. Juhi told
Oh.
me. So
Oh.
Juhi told me that Love is Blind gives you rings for $5,000. They give you rings that are worth $5,000. If it doesn't work out, they take it back. But if you want to buy a ring that's more than $5,000, you can put in a little bit extra and get a nicer ring, and they won't ask for it back. Or
Okay,
you use
that
a family
changes everything.
heirloom. So the reason they didn't ask for it back is because he spent a little extra and got a ring that was a little nicer. It could have been $1 more than $5,000. Who knows? We don't know. It could have been several $1,000s more. But because of that, they won't ask for it back. And I think because of that, the ring should go to him. Also, a wedding ring is a promise to get. An engagement ring is a promise to get married. Unless you get proposed on her birthday, Valentine's Day, or Christmas, they have
Legally?
to. Yeah, no, because then it's considered a gift. It's considered a gift. I watched Judge Judy, and that's how I knew that.
That's not real law, but okay.
Judge Judy is real law. Don't lie to me. My childhood is a lie.
All right, go on. Okay, no, I do acknowledge the fact that if you did spend more money on it, then yes, you should have given it back. But if it was funded by Love is Blind, then ring should go to Jackie.
Why? Just split it. Why did it go to Jackie?
Well, again, it's from
Why
the show.
should, why should he take it back?
Yeah, it's not his
Because
ring. He didn't put the money on it.
her.
It's not going to fit on his hand. Like, what is...
First of all, rings don't hold value. A $5,000 ring is probably worth like $1,000 at most. Rings don't
Yeah.
retain value.
It's a sunk cost. Let it go.
Yeah.
Here's what I think, right? I think that based on the way that she reacted, right? We don't know if they even showed us the entire interaction at that moment, right? But the way that she reacted, he was actually being very offensive, okay, with the way that he was judging her experience and her intentions into why she was in the relationship and all of this stuff. Like she literally went through the process. She tried to be with a different kind of guy and it didn't work out. And now he's butthurt that she's possibly interested in Josh, which is a different kind of guy to him, right? But like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, she actually gave it a fair chance with you two. But he can't get out of his own mind that, hey, maybe she just played me to get a ring. Now she can be with Josh. Like, he's not getting over that part.
I don't know. She did tell him that she was going to go pursue things with Josh. And I think that did get into his head a little bit. Especially since, Josh did say he was going to steal his girl, which I think is really funny that it happened. I didn't expect that to happen because he was so drunk. And the thing is, like, I don't know. I think it was a very difficult conversation. And I think he was a little passive aggressive about it, but I feel like she was a little nasty about it. I'm just saying. I felt like he came. I don't know what he did to deserve that harshness. Like, yes, he wasn't aggressive enough, but like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm defending him.
No. Do not get me wrong. Marshall is a great guy. He is a catch, right? But this situation is just bad for all parties. Like some
even
people just do not get along with other people, and that's just what it is.
I don't know. Like even the interview that she had afterwards, she was like, "I'm not even mad. I don't even care. I'm not even sad about it. I don't care about him."
That's
she was saying
her defense mechanism. That's not.
I think that's still horrible stuff.
It's horrible, yes. But
and then
it is
all the text messages that came out, the rumors. I feel like
okay. I can't defend her there. That's
right.
Fair.
The only thing he said is that she has not been who she pretended to be, and he gaslighted her. That's the only mean thing he said about her.
That's not even mean. That was actually someone.
I don't even think that's mean.
Based on the text messages.
Can I just make this one point? They barely knew each other.
They all barely know each other. It's 20 days.
Huh?
I said they all barely know each other. It's 20 days.
Exactly. So like, oh, she's not who she said she was. What are you talking about?
Well, here's the thing, though. Okay, I want to defend.
I will. Yeah, I will defend Marshall here too. But go ahead.
I want to defend the show in general because here's the thing, right? Yes, you don't know somebody 20 days. I can be dating somebody. I dated somebody for 3 months, and we basically had like 7 conversations. Like, but these people are having like 6-hour conversations a day for like 2 weeks. They if you do a sum total of like quality time they spent together, they probably have spent a decent amount of time together, even though they haven't seen each other's faces, right? If you count the 20 hours they've seen, like, a day being like blind, and then the honeymoon, quality time that they spend together is probably more than most relationships. People have work, people have all this stuff they're doing. They probably just text each other. They get on the phone for a 1-hour conversation a day. Like I think it's fair to say that they've really got to know each other on a deep level. I don't think they're lying when they all say that. I think that's fair to say that they felt like they really got to know each other. And then when they came to the real world, they were not the same person they were in the pod. I think that's fair.
I think that I understand where you're coming from, but quality of time is not as big of a factor when you put them all in the same situation, right? They were in a bubble, right? When you want to really get to know someone, you have to see them in different environments to get a better idea of how they react in different environments, right? Like if I put you in a space, right, and I give you your favorite things 24/7, and I can give it to you for a month, right? I'm going to see the same reaction from you. Versus if I put you in different situations, I'm going to see how you react in different ways. And that the real world, I don't think that she just pretended to be someone else. I think that he saw her in a different environment and he got to see another side of her. It's not like you can't just think that if you see someone 24/7 and you talk to them for that many hours, that's just who they are every minute of the day, right? Because that's a controlled environment.
I think that's a fair argument. I won't disagree with that. Sure. And I think there's still more environments that we haven't seen, but I don't know. I thought that interaction was not great on both parts, but honestly, I think it was a little worse on Jackie's part. You think there's a little work on Marshall's part? We'll just agree to disagree.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
one of
think
those.
is beautiful is how, like, what this is like the 4th season, right?
Yeah.
How many couples have actually like stayed married? Was it like 3 at this point?
2 from the first season, and I think that's it.
Who were the 2?
It was Lauren and her boyfriend, and then Barnett and his girl.
Lauren and Cameron. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lauren and Cameron and Barnett and Shaney, something like that I forget.
Yeah, one of those people. Because was it
Amber and
called
Barnett?
Jared?
Amber and Barnett, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, what was is it Ileana or something like that? And
No, they
Jared?
broke up.
Yeah,
Jared-
they got divorced.
Yeah, they got divorced.
It's crazy. 4 seasons, and out of all these couples, only 3. Well, we were assuming that Britt and Tiff
4.
are gonna just,
5
you know what I
then.
mean?
Because Alexa and Brennan from last season, Colleen and Matt, they're still married, I think.
What?
Oh yeah, Alexa and Brennan, they just met, but they're still together. The Jewish girl, remember?
Yeah, from
The
last
Israeli
season.
girl.
Oh, I forgot
Eh,
about them.
Yeah, they're still married, and then the really wild couple, Colleen and Matt, they're still together, oddly enough.
Oddly
yeah.
enough.
Yeah. Well.
So 4 from the past seasons are still together.
Yeah.
Which, impressive compared to like any other show. So
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. All right. Listen. Let's go on to something. So yes, Marshall is too sensitive for her. She said she doesn't care how he feel. He said I chose wrong. He called her toxic as fuck. She also said shit like no one likes him, which I thought was weird.
that's
And
a for.
yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff.
Because the guys like,
And then Jackie was like, you know
the
what? I
5
am
guys-
crazy. Jackie was like, I am crazy. So I thought that was pretty funny. All right. It is what it is, man. Let's see who else. She did say she's attracted to Josh. We see her go on a date with Josh. I think the show wants us to believe that happened a lot sooner than it did. I agree with you guys that it probably did not.
Yeah, that was definitely later. Like,
But like, I am surprised what she sees in Cauliflower Ear Guy, man. I don't know.
is that the comeback now to NBA boy? We're gonna call him Cauliflower Ear Guy.
That's what everyone's calling him. Everyone's like, you know how like Marshall and him were kind of like beefing. Everyone's like, Marshall, you don't fuck with a guy with a cauliflower ear. That means like someone has a cauliflower ear. That means they can fight. You don't want to fuck with them. So,
Yeah, you don't want to fight a guy who gets injured every year for some reason.
oh man. All right. So she says she's gonna keep the ring. He says she can keep it. Then she says she's
sunk
not even
cost.
sorry.
Let it go.
Whatever. Yeah.
Sunk cost. Let it go.
I don't know, man. Principle, man. Principle. All right, whatever.
Nah, fuck the
Chelsea-
principle.
All right,
Yes.
My mental health matters way more.
fair,
She's
fair.
out. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah. I'm too petty, bro. I'm too petty. I'm too petty. I don't care if the ring costs like $200. I'm like, I need half.
Mhm.
I can't give you the satisfaction. I'm too petty.
Oh, God.
Oh, Miss Brown Sugar brought up the greatest point.
What?
Marshall was in love with the potential Jackie he wanted to build. Oh, brilliant.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Perfect.
That
Yeah.
just blew my mind. That's probably
Right.
the
Marshall wasn't in love with Jackie. He was in love with this idea of Jackie that he
Thank
could
you.
make.
she was his
Yeah.
project.
Yep. She was his project. And he was in love with the idea of the future Jackie he was going to make.
Oh man,
It's true.
that's pretty toxic, actually. Now
It
that you've
is,
got
yeah.
perspective, that's pretty toxic. On
No, Mrs. Brown Sugar put it right in perspective for us. Like, thank you so much for being in the comments here. Like, that was perfect.
I got to backpedal now because she's pretty right. That's pretty.
I think
Go ahead.
no. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious when she was like, "I wouldn't go for a guy like you in the real world," and he was like, "I would absolutely go for a girl like you because she's out of your league. She's out of his league, and
Well, that part I don't agree with, but
I
okay.
think she's 100% outside of his league."
Really? I mean, Homeboy is like he's good looking. He's got like nice eyes. He's got an MBA.
Okay,
Only
Yeah,
thing
but
grew up
that
here.
shit doesn't matter to girls, Neebs.
what
If
are you
it
talking
did,
about?
I wouldn't be single.
Who cares?
Look at Josh. I don't think he's worse looking than
Have you seen my
Josh.
eyelashes?
It's not. I'm gonna say this.
I don't think Josh is that much better looking than him. I don't know.
It's a weird thing, guys. We see guys differently.
Yeah, you see them
Girls,
very differently.
yeah.
All right,
And
all
it's
right.
not about, and let me tell you what really probably turned her off, to be honest with you, right? His reaction to when she told him that Josh was also interested in her, and when they were in the pods, right?
Yeah.
His reaction to that, from my point of view, right? No confidence whatsoever. Why are you really getting so aggressive over another guy liking a girl when that's the entire concept of the show?
Yeah,
Right?
I do remember that. He did get butthurt over that. We did call him
Mhm.
out on that. That did not make any sense. And Josh was actually pretty smooth about it. He was like, "Hey, are you guys talking about me?"
Confront the guy.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
weird. I'll give you that. All right, I'm starting to change my mind about about Marco a little bit.
No,
You guys are-
that's the whole point. Like,
You
I'm
gotta
glad we're having this conversation. Like,
All right.
this is important.
I came in team Marshall, and now I'm leaving team nobody.
That is correct.
Like,
I am team
team
nobody
tip.
here.
All right. Let's go back to Chelsea. Chelsea does this like photo shoot that she's always wanted to have with a little girl, and I'm like, that is creepy. That you
That's
want to
so
have
creepy.
like a naked photo shoot for a little girl. Like, what is it, a boudoir? What the hell's a boudoir? I don't know what that is, but
It's a solo thing. Usually you do it alone and you surprise someone with the pictures. You don't do it
Yeah.
with them for an engagement photo shoot.
That's weird.
and like if it doesn't work out, what are you gonna do with these pictures that you've always wanted to have as a little girl? Now that's gonna be tainted with a memory of like this guy.
What are you going to do with the video that everyone has already seen of you guys making the photo shoot?
If you had a Google Pixel, you can just erase your ex. You know, the Google Pixel does that now. Shout
That is
out
actually a really
Android.
cool feature. You
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
get that on Samsungs now too. If you get the updated Google Photos, they've
Yeah,
built it in
yeah,
now.
you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
That's
My
interesting.
S23 has it too. All right, cool. But yeah, that was
Yeah, that
it.
was weird. Like I don't understand that. I mean,
Look, they have
like,
great
who am I to
bodies.
judge? I guess fine. I'm not gonna judge.
Both of them have
But
great bodies. If
wow.
I had a body like that, I would never wear clothes either, right? So hey. All right. Oh, I did like the couple that made their own rings. I believe it was Micah
The
and
Micah
Paul.
and Paul. Okay,
Makes sense.
That was
I
cool.
call bullshit on that.
You don't think that those are their real rings?
No, here's why. I don't think Micah would have done that with the
Nice.
guy. Like, there's no way that's something that she truly would want. I do not believe that. I call bullshit.
Oh, I think that's so cool, making your own rings.
I think it's cool too, but we're guys. I don't think she'd ever want to do that.
I think she'd be like, this is cute, but like, I'll keep it, but where's like the real thing?
Yeah.
Well, but do girls really care about wedding rings? I know they care about engagement
Fuck
rings.
yeah, they do, dude.
Listen, we DIY everything except a wedding ring. You've lost your mind.
So wedding rings and engagement rings are
Entire
different.
life,
feel like-
huh?
Wedding rings and engagement rings are two different things.
It doesn't matter. Like, I don't want to work. I've already done the work of everything else. Okay.
Okay,
This is
okay,
a gift
fair.
to me.
Okay, fair. I am a very sentimental person. I love that shit. I love that kind of stuff. I got a Tanzanite gem from Kilimanjaro when I climbed and summited. It's like the first thing I bought after I climbed the highest mountain in Africa, right? And it was one of my goals in life to do it. And I bought it, and my goal is to turn it into a necklace and a ring and give it to somebody special, right? It's super sentimental, but it's not that expensive. It's probably only worth like $1,500, right? It's not super expensive, but like it means something to me because like it's after I accomplished my biggest goal in life. So it's a special ring, right?
That's very sweet.
I feel like, if I'm
don't-
very sentimental that way because it has a lot of meaning to it, right? I think
Yeah.
that's more than like a ring you just buy.
Sure,
And
but
Tanzanite
don't
is-
make that your wedding ring or your engagement
No,
ring.
I won't make it a ring. More like a necklace. But Tanzanite is only available in Africa. You can't get it anywhere else. It's only in Tanzania.
You're like, that is
Right.
so sweet. Still.
Still, no, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I have a ring made out of meteorite, dinosaur bone, and whiskey oak. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I would never use that for anything though. Like, come on.
Okay,
Alright.
it's sentimental for you. And I think it's like a cute, like promise ring. If you just met a girl, that's cute, right? You're giving her something that's special to you. But you know what I mean? Time and place.
I don't know. I'll probably
Right.
just give it to my niece.
Yeah, Neebs, De Beers has won. like you need the diamond ring, princess or
I mean,
emerald
they're
cut,
such a
at least
scam,
2
bro.
carats.
They're
It
such a
is. You're right.
scam.
De Beers has won. They have convinced everybody in the world this is something that matters.
I don't know.
Yes.
Like, you can grow them in a lab now, and the
Correct.
girls are like, no, I don't want one grown in a lab. I want one where an African boy picked it and lost his arms. That's the one
Yes,
I
it
want.
has to have the blood
Let
that
me
goes
tell
into
you,
it.
like for me personally, right? I do not like diamonds. I like gold. That's a Palestinian in me, though. So like, it's different, right? Culturally, like for me, like the marketing thing, the best marketing on earth is how they convince everyone that they need diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that you spend 2 months of your salary worth
What?
to get an engagement ring.
Nonsense.
Nonsense. But De Beers successfully pulled it off.
You know, if you propose to somebody, they don't take it back. Like they don't take the rings back,
Correct.
and you have to like sell it on like aftermarket, and they're worth
Or
like
wholesale.
wholesale, and they're worth like 20% what you bought it for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't propose to somebody unless you know for sure, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
De
crazy.
Beers. Fuck that
Girls
company.
need to switch to gold, is my opinion. This diamond thing is
Honestly,
that's a little girl's move,
and
okay?
gold will hold value. That makes perfect sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
good shit.
Women want gold, okay? Little girls want diamonds.
Fair.
I approve.
Yeah.
I approve. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go. What else we got? Let's see. Chelsea and Kwame.
David,
Zach
please
and
don't say their
Blair.
name.
Let's see. The bachelor party. They go into the bachelor party. Zach not into the burlesque stuff because his mom was a stripper. Makes sense.
Understandable.
Here we go again.
Understandable.
Let his mom
Wait, what?
rest in peace. Let her rest in peace, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, man. It's very fresh. She died. She didn't die like years ago. She died recently.
Was she a
Oh, how
stripper the
recently?
entire time?
What?
I
Was
mean,
she
for
a
most of her
stripper?
life, yeah. That's how she like helped raise him and brought the money.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
I don't mind him bringing her up all the time because there's something that happened. It's not like she died in his childhood. She died recently.
Right.
No,
Like
but the
I actually
stripper
understand
thing.
that. Yeah,
The
that's
stripper thing.
You don't forget
Yeah.
that though. Like, how would you ever forget that?
Yeah,
You don't. You're traumatized with it. Like, I get it.
You grew up in that life.
And good on Zach. Like, he removed himself from that situation. He didn't try to stop anybody else. Good on him. I am okay with this one, actually.
Yeah. The girls' bachelorette party was a little bit more wild than the guys. I feel the guys were just like, all right, show. They're like, it's there, but they weren't really super into it. They were just there to drink and talk. Whereas the girls were on stage and throwing money around and having a good old time. And then Shelby grabbed the phone from Micah when they called Paul, and Paul was like, oh God, not this bitch. He was like so annoyed. He was so annoyed.
You know what? I don't blame him. Like, fuck
Yeah.
Shelby.
And then
She's one of the most toxic friends ever.
She's a
I
toxic
do not
friend,
like her.
man. She is a toxic friend. She grabbed the phone, and then like Micah was like, no, I really do love him. We talk about 20 hours a day. Like, why don't you like him? And she's just like, no, she's just manipulating him. I don't know. It's kind of weird, man. It's like a weird codependent friendship. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. That it's a very weird friendship. I don't like it. I think Micah would be better off in her life if she cut her out.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know how Drake says no new friends? No, in this case, all new friends.
oh god.
Also, one thing I wanted to do say good about Chelsea and Kwame is that I did like the fact that Chelsea was embracing some of the Ghanaian culture. She was like, she got the little orange bag, and then her sister came in, and Kwame's sister was so sweet. She was so sweet that I was like, oh snap, maybe this is real. Maybe this might actually work out.
So here's my theory on that.
Yeah.
I think Kwame wasn't sure until he got to the hotel.
Yeah.
And then the moment his brother and sister came in, I think that's when he finally realized, okay, everything is going to be all right. I think it wasn't until that moment that his whole mindset changed. When he found out his dad was hyped about his wedding, that truly was the moment you saw everything like change in his face. Like he was no longer like conflicted. He was like, okay, I can do this. This is good. She's great. Yes. This is going to work out.
Really? Okay.
I think it's the family that saved the relationship here,
I think
which is really weird because normally families don't do that.
It is interesting. But the wedding looked really beautiful. Like even in like foggy ass Seattle, they made it look good. Like the cinematographer made the backdrop look amazing. Even with the fog and everything, it looks really, really cool. So I really, really like it. And I really liked Chelsea's dad saying like, "You're a good daughter," and like saying these nice things to her. It was such a sweet moment. I really, really liked her dad. Her dad's super nice.
I appreciate it. We need
but-
more of that.
Yeah. And then I like how Kwame's like, "I'm not gonna write my vows." And then he just comes out with like the most amazing vows I've ever heard. I was like, damn, those are some nice ass vows. You better marry her because you can't reuse those.
You really can't. You cannot reuse that, bro.
Oh
Those
my
are
god.
good.
But that's the thing. Like, I think truly, like, he didn't write vows because he wasn't sure, right?
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think that's fake? You don't think that's all for the camera?
I think he was unsure until he got his father's blessing and his siblings' blessing.
Wow.
I agree with you 100% on that. Like, yeah,
He
it's
changed.
yeah.
I feel like this is a Bully Neves show because I don't think they're gonna get married. I think Kwame's gonna say no.
Here's why I think they're gonna get married, right? I have seen way too many couples in the real world that have that exact same dynamic.
Really?
Yes.
All right, Neebs, we're doing something wrong.
I don't
Yes,
know.
and no one gets it. They're like, what the fuck is going on right now? But it works because they both have so many problems that somehow two negatives somehow make a right. Or they both are so just obsessed with the idea of just being married or like having someone that they're like, this is it. You know what I mean?
Yo, I just realized one of my friends is like that. And they're married, they have a kid, and like,
Yeah.
it's successful. Even though I was against that marriage.
Oh man, I have a friend like that too. I had a friend who I was like,
She's
they're
right.
married, and they got married, and I was like, damn, okay, I'm not messing with anybody's relationship ever again because now they're married, and I'm like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Didn't come to your wedding, my bad.
Yeah, it just
Oof.
that's my only reason I think they're gonna go through with it.
I think you're right. I think they're gonna end up together.
I feel like I've had like the opposite opinions of you two this entire episode, but I don't think he's gonna make it.
That's not your fault. I think the editors want you to see it that way.
Maybe I'm falling for it, or maybe you guys are falling for it, and I'm not falling for it. One of us
Maybe.
is falling for it.
I feel like I'm seeing through things, but you know what? I could be
That
wrong.
makes- yeah.
Listen, that's what the show is so weird because there's the show, and then there's what actually happened, and we'll
Yeah.
never know.
We'll never know. You're right. Yep.
Yeah, it is wild. It is wild. All right, before we end the episode, let's go through the final people who we think are going to match or not. Brett and Tiff, 100% yes.
100%,
Everybody's agreed.
yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
agreed.
100%.
Let's all do a dua for them. Let's do a little prayer for them.
Yeah, inshallah. It's Laylatul Qadr. Gonna go
Yeah.
pray after this.
Oh man. All right. Then we got Micah and Paul. What do you guys think?
Oh
No.
man, I think Mike is gonna say no.
I think absolutely not.
Yeah, I think they're gonna say no. I think Micah might use her friend as an excuse to
Yeah.
say no.
I was gonna, yeah, because
Yeah.
she's too much of like the mean girl clique. Like they really, she needs them.
Yeah, yeah. Codependence. All right. Zach and Bliss.
Yes,
Yes.
sadly.
I'm rooting
I
for
wouldn't
them.
say sadly, but yeah. Like,
I
I'm
mean,
rooting for them. I'm rooting for them hard, but
I hope so. I hope they make it.
I also kind of feel like no. I don't think they're gonna get married, but I'm rooting for them to get married. I hope they decide not to get married, but still stay together and try to work on things. Because I just feel like it's too soon. It's too soon for them.
if it's too soon for them, it's literally too soon for everyone else on the show.
I guess, but he just got off another girl. Well, not off another girl, but he just like broke up with another girl and got into this relationship. And I feel like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem healthy to leave one relationship, end it, and then go back and get engaged right next day. It's just weird to me. I don't know. Unless a lot more time has passed and we don't know, but they said 20 days when she met his father. or her father. They said 20 days.
But he only really chose the other girl for what? 2 days? 3?
A
Yeah.
week. They did a week in Mexico.
Yeah,
week.
but it went downhill the second they saw each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was awkward.
Like,
Like I said, I'm rooting for them.
together.
I'm rooting for them, but I think they're going to use this opportunity to not get married, but still stay together. I think.
I
I
think
think they're
Zach
gonna-
is gonna say we should get married anyways because I know it's gonna work because that's the kind of guy Zach is.
And Netflix is paying for it. I think that's why they kind of were like, listen, let's just go through with it. They'll cover everything, to be honest with you.
Oh no, I think they're actually in love. I just think Zach is like, you know what? Let's just cut the bullshit. Let's skip a few steps and get it
Maybe.
done.
No, I don't disagree with you. I think they absolutely have real feelings for each other. I just think that the reason it was so rushed is because the opportunity is in front of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they make it work, they make it work.
Why
then.
not?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
All right, who are we missing? Chelsea Kwame, we just did that one.
100%.
Brett Checkney, we did that. Michael Paul, we did that. Marshall and Jackie, we knew that one.
I don't know. I know that one's not going. Even Jackie and Josh, I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't see. Well, no, here's the thing. Like Marina said, 2 wrongs make a right. It might work for that reason.
Oh, true.
Just 'cause I'm thinking it's not gonna work, but then I'm just like, no, wait, I could be wrong here, just for the fact that I don't know anything about relationships. Apparently,
A negative and a negative makes a positive.
right?
That is true.
I think the only way that those okay, if Josh and Marshall can just somehow meet in the middle, right? If Marshall can have a little bit more backbone and more confidence and get over his daddy issues, he would have been a great guy, like real potential for Jackie. Right? So I think that the only way that she's going to end up with Josh is if somebody gets knocked up, okay? Because that's the only way those kind of relationships end up.
I don't know. Is it really that he's not confident, or I feel like it's one of those like anxious attachment relationships and an avoidant relationship attachment, right? I think Jackie is very
Yeah.
avoidant and he's very anxious. He needs that reassurance because she's avoidant, and she's avoidant because he needs so much what you call it, reassurance. I think there's just a bad mix. I think with like any other person, if he felt a little more secure, he wouldn't be that anxious and he wouldn't be that emotional. I think they just bring out
fair.
the worst in each other.
I think that's 100% true, but I just happen to think that he's slightly, like if he had a little bit of confidence, he wouldn't be so needy and wouldn't have just put her off by that. You know what I mean?
He's traumatized though.
He needs to get over his daddy issues. That's my final take on Marshall. Like,
What was his daddy issues? What's wrong with his dad?
It wasn't
Jazzy,
daddy
yeah.
issues. It was he was like, called gay for like being
Oh,
into poetry and stuff. Like he's traumatized from that. It's
No,
not
it
daddy
was-
issues per se.
No, his dad was like he made comments about him being emotional or not being man enough or whatever it is. Like that was a
Oh, he did?
specific thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I may have missed that. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no,
well,
but
yeah.
you're absolutely right as well. Like that entire, like I think his relationship with masculinity needs to be addressed, right? Because I've met
Yes.
guys that are like, they don't like they have a really bad idea or like bad relationship with what being a man is.
Mm-hmm.
That they're just like they haven't really figured out what kind of man they want to be. Does that make sense?
Right. They just go off of what they see on TV or what their friends do. They don't have any identity themselves. That makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
and their identity is solely based on the fact that like, hey, I got made fun of because I like these things, and I'm like, it doesn't make you less of a man. You can still like these things and still be a strong, confident man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I feel like he's missing that link. Again, he's on a show. We had to trap a girl to marry him within literally 20 days. He's not exactly the hottest catch on earth.
A lot of my friends would disagree with that because they all love Marshall.
A lot of my friends like Marshall too. A lot of my
Ask
So
followers.
him
a lot of
how
my
many-
female friends love Marshall. They're like,
How
"We
many
will
would
marry you in a
actually
heartbeat."
date Marshall?
You know what? Let me ask that question. I'm gonna put it on Instagram today.
Because I've
I'm
asked my
curious.
girls. I've asked the girls, like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. I'm like, but would you actually be with him?
Ah, that's a good question.
No,
like, what
I
kind
like
of-
him in theory
what
because
kind of
we all
guys- What kind of guys would they go with from the guys on the show? 'Cause I don't feel like they would
That's
go
why I
with you.
told you, Brett.
Yeah,
Brett?
Brett's confident as shit, dude. Like
Brett?
he's so calm and collected. I get it. I get it. That
And
makes
he's
sense.
in touch with his emotions. Baby boy. Why don't we have an entire he's incredible. I don't know where the hell he's been hiding.
Brett is solid. I can't argue with that.
You're like, I would want to be with Brett.
I want to be with Brett, right?
I want to be with Brett.
Listen, if he buys me the luggage and his shoe collection, maybe. Maybe.
I just need 2 more boxes, bro. I don't even need a whole world. Like I got.
Give me those retro Air Jordans from Into the Spider-Verse, and maybe I'll
Bro.
give it that.
All
right.
Those
All
are my
right, guys.
shoes.
We're over the hours. Thank you so much for being on the show, Marina. Let people know where they can find you.
Instagram, TikTok. Look up Marina Riyadh. I think it's Marina Riyadh Comedy on TikTok. But yeah. Hopefully next time when you guys have a show, you'll see me there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moscow reunion. All 3 of us were at the Vom Nerds at the Moscow reunion. So hopefully next time we go there, we'll party even harder.
Oh my God, stop! I can't
You
wait.
partied?
Yeah. It was
You don't
a lot.
even
I'm
know.
jealous.
Oh yeah.
Muslims go hard on Oscars, okay?
Yeah. Listen, there's nothing to do in Edmonton other than party. We went hard.
Yeah.
I can't
was-
wait.
Thank you so much for having me.
cannot wait.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. We will definitely have you back. Maybe when we do Ted Lasso and some other shows, we'll love to have you back. But there's one more episode, and it probably starts right now. It's 1 a.m. and it probably drops. So I'm going to watch some, and we're going to.
Yo, should
talk
we do
about
like a live reaction thing for
That's
this?
what she wanted to do. She wanted to do a
I
live.
wanted to do that.
That's what she wanted to
Yeah,
do.
do you want to end this podcast and just do like a live stream and see what
Well,
happens?
let's try to do it tomorrow or sometime this weekend. Let's wait and let's do that. I think that might be fun. A live watch.
Okay.
Let's do
I'm
that.
down.
All
I can.
I'm down for that too. All right, you heard it here first, guys. We might be doing a live watch of the next episodes of Love is Blind, and then we have the live reunion show. So we'll have like 2 more episodes to do about this. Yo, Jackie, she says she's going to talk her shit. So we'll see. We'll see. She said she's ready. She's ready to talk her shit.
I can't wait. I'm excited for all of this. Like, this is gonna be so much fun.
Me too. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And until next time, guys, salam nerds.
Peace.
Peace.